This is SkytorRush speaking, and welcome to this Marauder guide video, gear customization and spec. And today I will talk about Annihilation. And I know it's quite durable when it comes to survivability, but it's not that viable in PvP as you think. But it's always still fun to play sometimes, especially normals. I recommend not to go with this spec in the arenas, especially solo queue, and the only recommended use is to use it in the normal war zones. And yeah, I've been struggling and thinking about what's the best way to optimize your gear for the spec, and I personally think that you can choose yourself, to be honest, if you want to stack only power and surge for it, or have some kind of balance with power and a little bit crit. But that's up to you. The argumentation or the arguments, well, you can go with full power on that as well, it doesn't really matter. And the relic, I went for the primary stat with the power proc relic as well, and they would make a very good combination, and in my opinion that's the relic you should choose for when you play Annihilation. Moving on to the Annihilation spec, I went for Incarnate 3 defensive form, of course. Narrow Hatred, you can choose between if you want the full pot over there or have 2 points of Cloak of Carnage. Dual Wheel Mastery, I had 1 point on there, with defensive roll, of course, it's a must to have. Moving on to the Annihilation 3, putting 3 points on Raging Slash and 2 points on Sword Fuse. And moving up to the next tier, I had everything there. 2 points on Sweeping Wound. And same goes for the next tier, putting every points there. And in the next tier, putting 2 points on Close Quarters. That will reduce the minimum range of your force charge by 10 meters. That will say that you can be able to charge whatever distance you are. You can use that as a combination of interrupting the caster if you want, since you have to remember that force charge actually interrupt any caster opponent you charge trying to do. And moving over to the next, Deep Wound, putting more direct damage in your Rapture, putting points on Obfuscation, since that will also reduce the cooldown of Obfuscate. That is a very good ability to use on any melee and range type of attacks, and that will help you to reduce the damage. And the reducing cooldown of Disruption, your interrupt ability by 2 seconds. That might come as handy, since you have to interrupt a lot, since your spec is all about sustained damage, and you can't almost afford to let the healer or the person able to cast freely so much. And moving up to the next tier, Phantom, increase the duration of your force camouflage by 2 seconds, and also increase further on your movement speed in force camouflage by 20%, and that's very good if you want to escape faster. And they in stealth longer, Pulverize. And in the next type, putting all points in Hemorrhage, and go 2 points over there. Putting all points on the next tier, and you can read it in the tooltip what it does. I'm not gonna explain everything here, anyway. Putting the last point in Annihilation. That's the spec for Annihilation, and that was it. Next time I will talk a little bit about the key bindings, the best ways to use them, especially from the keyboard, and the movement, how we move your camera while you move your character, how to use your surroundings especially, or at least how to use your camera properly, like seeing back behind you or the sides while you're moving. And I will also continue more guide after that, so don't worry. And probably next time after that I will talk about some of the objective base from Marauder to do in certain war zones, and That summons pretty much it about the spec, and I hope it will help you further on. And if you haven't already, subscribe, comment, or rate this video, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.